We don't know many of the details yet, but we do know that there is reason to believe that this shooter, despite being identified as Mauricio Garcia, has an interest in Nazi stuff. Had a patch on his chest that said RWDS, an acronym for Right Wing Death Squad, which he became a part of on his own. Not a squad, really, an individual, but he was doing it. Appears to have right-wing beliefs, and he was part of a death squad. It's a phrase popular among extremists, including white supremacy groups. We're waiting to find out more information about how deep his interest in this went and whether that was directly tied to his motivation in doing this. But it is apparently developing fast. Take a look at this.
We're also learning a bit more about his background, with several senior law enforcement officials confirming that he did interact with neo-Nazi and white supremacist content online, that he may have posted some of that content and that he also read through some of that content. So learning a little bit more there.
So I don't know what that means in practice. I don't know if that means that he read a couple of manifestos. I don't know if that means that he was an active participant in Stormfront for 10 years. I don't know exactly what it means. What I do know is it means absolutely nothing to right wingers who will say, well, it doesn't matter if he was following all this stuff online. He doesn't seem white, so I guess it doesn't count, as if that has ever been how white supremacy works. See, the interesting thing though, is that when a right winger says it doesn't make sense to me, I can retort with, it appears to have made sense to him. It appears to have made sense to the guy that just killed a bunch of people. So whether it makes sense to you or not, it seems concerning to me.
It's almost like white supremacy isn't about one particular person or the color of your skin. It truly is a system, and the more we depersonalize and understand it as a system, the more easily we can dismantle it. So this is the thing that right wingers will never say, they don't want their audience to accept or understand, is that it's not about one individual being racist, right? It is about an ideology, and Nazism, white nationalism, white supremacy, all of that stuff is that ideology. So, but no, please, let's over focus on, I don't know, what? I'm like, my mind's going back to a black stormtrooper. I don't know, that seems like such a throwback from all the things that we've gotten upset about.
Well, I mean, the black stormtrooper bothered them way more than all of these shootings have.
Indeed.
Like, imagine if somebody went around gunning down kids and the elderly and just anyone they can get their hands on. And then you're like, you know what I'm gonna do for my Christmas card this year? I'm gonna dress up exactly like that killer. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm a politician from the state where this keeps happening. I'm gonna do it.
John, would you ever dress up as ISIS? Like, would that even be funny? Like, is it even funny to like, well, we're owning that? No one in their right mind would dress up as ISIS on a Christmas card or whatever.
But
that's effectively what they're doing.
That is the same thing.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. If some rural politicians from one of these countries that they love to hate were to pose with their family with everyone having an assault rifle, it is the exact same thing. I know that we're supposed to believe that it's different because it's a different culture or something. It's the same thing for the same reason. Anyway, you will be shocked to find out that Greg Abbott, despite being the governor of a state that has experienced 2 devastating mass shootings conducted with the same type of gun inside of a week and a half, he doesn't think that we should do anything about guns. Actually, I saw many articles, and I get that if you're a journalist or whatever, you have to do this. But like, as a regular person, whether it's me or you watching this, when you see an article in the New York Times, it's like, despite mass shooting, Texas shuns gun control. Do you just want to be like, yeah, obviously, why did you waste the digital ink to type that? Like, who thought this is the one that'll do it? Who thought there will be something about one of the victims this time that will break through their icy hearts? There will be something about the place where it happens or the time where it happens, something about the identity of the shooter, some factor. It's like we're all playing mental Rubik's Cube, just trying to figure out the exact orientation that needs to happen for them to be like, oh yeah, no, I guess that is too much death. We should do something. There's no, you spin it for the rest of the time. And they would be happy for you to spin it for the rest of the time because they're making money off those guns. They're motivating their base. off of the insanity around all of this. It's not gonna happen. It doesn't matter. As we always say, 100 right-wingers could target 100 churches conducting daycare simultaneously across every state in America and gun down thousands of children. They're not gonna come out in support of gun control.
Nope, they will never. That's the sacrifice. They're a death cult, and you have been sacrificed for their pocketbooks. That's it. It is it, John. And the only way, in my mind, you can get to them is when we finally hold gun manufacturers accountable and when we get money out of politics. These are the two avenues that we have left. Obviously, a mass general strike and sit-in around the White House, the occupant of which I believe could be doing a little bit more.
I believe. Well, he did put out a statement, but oh, by the way, Greg Abbott, who says like blah, 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 people want a quick solution or whatever. Well, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why people want a quick solution when their friends and family members are being blown apart in front of their eyes. He says, we're gonna address mental health problems. I will point out, as I always do, that if you seriously believed that America has a unique issue with mental health, which it doesn't, mental health problems are found in every society, across every country, throughout every period of history, then the last thing you would want is for people to be able to walk into a Dick's Sporting Goods and buy a weapon that belongs like on the streets of a war zone. They obviously don't mean it. They're also not even doing anything about the mental health care, by the way. They just keep saying that and then moving on. He had it pointed out to him, by the way, on Fox News. So impressive from Fox News. Take a look at this graphic. This is polling on all of these things that we're not gonna get, that everyone agrees we should do. More popular than almost any other thing in politics. Things like flagging people who are a danger to themselves, requiring mental health checks, legal age of 21 to buy all guns, which would have stopped some of these mass shootings, enforcing the existing gun laws, background checks, universal. These are incredibly popular, but we don't live in a democracy, so you won't get those, so just forget about it, move on. Biden responded saying that he wants Congress to send him a bill that would require safe storage for guns and enhance universal background checks, saying, I will sign it immediately. We need nothing less to keep our streets safe. And then that's pretty much it. And I think that we're mostly done with the president, the most powerful man in the world, the leader of the Democratic Party, will probably just go away and then he'll come back for the next one and say the right thing and then do nothing. And then that's pretty much it, Francesca, I'm pretty sure.
It's just so weak.
By Wednesday, that's it.
It's so weak. You know the kind of Congress you have. You know the Senate that you have. Take action. Like what will it take? Nothing changes. I'm so tired of how nothing changes. Is anyone else just so bored? I'm so bored. Yeah, I said it. No, I'm not sad anymore. I'm not numb anymore. I'm bored. I'm bored of our politicians. I'm bored of how everything around us changes. We get amazing new shows, Succession. Hey, HBO crushing it. Barry in its final season, right? Like things happen. We got 2 new presidents. We stormed the Capitol. We don't do anything on guns. It's boring. All right, do something. So we need to make them wake the F up. And I don't know. My mind is just like, I can't believe this dude is asking for our vote again. I'm sorry.
You should just like.
I can't believe he's asking for us to do this again.
No, but again, so Francesca, so we all agree he's not gonna do anything between now and the election, right? Okay, so he's got some free time. Okay, here's what you do then, Biden. You do not live at the White House anymore. The White House is for aides or whatever. They live there. You know where you live? You live wherever the last mass shooting was. That's where you live.
Totally.
You just go there, and that is what you do for the next year and a half. Does it address all the problems we face? No, there's plenty of problems, there's bigger problems. But you're not gonna do anything about those either, so why even worry about it? You now live in and broadcast from on a daily basis wherever the last mass shooting was, and you do not give these people a moment of, oh, we forgot about it.
Brilliant.
You do not give them a minute.
It's a great idea. It's the same as like maybe go to West Virginia, the way Bernie Sanders did to pressure Joe Manchin. Remember how mad it made Manchin? So make these politicians mad at you. Do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, a lot of conservatives because that's the thing. None of these mass shooters check party ID, okay? And this is Texas, there's a lot of conservatives being gunned down. Would love to see someone act like it's a big issue.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.